Alright, so problem 22 and any of the other future cross-product problems will be slightly challenging to do through just my voice, but luckily with a video you can pause and try to follow along that way by mimicking what I say with your right hand, because we're going to be using the right hand rule. Alright, so 22 basically gives us a position vector r equals 3i plus negative 2j. Actually, I'm going to be anal. Write that more correctly. Negative 2j plus 4k, and gives us a force vector f1. By the way, I'm just going to do part A. Parts B through D are essentially repetitive, and I just wanted to do one right hand rule cross product for torque, just so you can see that. So F1 for part A equals 3i plus negative 4j plus 5k It's a horrible J. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to find the torque. Torque is R cross F. So we're going to cross these two. So I'm just going to do, you start with R and you cross the F. So just to get the bearings, to your right is positive I, or positive X. To your left is negative I, or negative X. Straight up towards the ceiling for you is positive J, or positive Y. Straight down to the floor is negative J. In towards your body is positive K, positive Z, and away from you towards your computer screen, I guess is probably the most likely bet, unless you're watching on a phone, is negative K, or negative Z. So that's what I'm going to do with my right hand. So then with my right hand, I start with the first one. In this case it's always R, because it's R. R is first, cross the F is second, and then the third is the result, the torque. So what I do is I take my fingers and I make them straight out, like I'm going to slap someone. That points toward, those fingers point towards whichever, like if it's I, they point, positive I, they point towards your right. If it's negative I, they point towards your left. Then you, after that, you curl your fingers around so that your fingers look like that. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful hand of fingers. Anyway, I don't know what the hell that is, but so they curl around in the direction of the second one, or in this case the force. So for example, if I'm going to do this one, this component crossed with this component, it's positive I crossed with negative J. So first I make my fingers straight, point them to my right, and then I got to curl them in the negative J, which is straight down. So what I do is while my fingers are pointing to the right, I turn my palm, so my palm is pointing down to the floor, because negative J is down to the floor. So now my palm is pointing to the floor, my fingers are pointing to my right, and I curl down towards the floor. Meanwhile, my thumb is stuck out. That's my thumb, and that's the rest of my hand. So meanwhile, my thumb is stuck out, and if I do that, if I put my fingers to the right, curl my fingers, palm facing down, my thumb points away from me towards the computer screen. That's negative, in the negative K direction. So give that a shot, and now I'm going to just do that for all of these. So first off, R cross F. So we're going to do I'm going to start with this R component and cross with all three of these. So we got 3i crossed with 3i plus, then 3i crossed with negative 4j plus 3i crossed with 5k. Now I'm going to do the j's with all three and then the k with all three. So I'm going to just do that on a separate line. So plus, so negative 2j crossed with 3i plus negative 2j crossed with negative 4j. Oops, cross with negative 4j plus negative 2j crossed with 5k and then I'm going to do these ones last. I'm just going to write it out real quick. Whoops, I don't really need that. 4k crossed with 3i plus 4k crossed with negative 4j plus 4k crossed with 5k. So first off, with cross product, you can't cross two parallel, well you can, but the angle between them is 0, so that makes the cross product for all of these, for I cross I 0, j cross j 0, and k cross k 0. So those are gone. Now, positive I, negative j. So fingers point to the right, positive I, curl down, negative j, so that the thumb points away from you, negative k. So that 3 times 4 is 12, so that's negative 12k. So that's that one. Here we got fingers pointing to the right, curl towards you. That makes your thumb point straight down into negative j. So it's negative. So 3 times 5 is 15, but it's negative 15j. Alright, this one. Negative 2j, so your fingers point down, and then 3i, they curl towards your right, which makes your thumb point towards you. So that's plus k, and 2 times 3 is 6. By the way, if this is too fast, you just don't hesitate to pause the video and try to do it out on your own. Alright, negative 2j, so your fingers point down. 5k, they curl towards you. That makes your thumb point to the left, or negative I. And so 5 times 2 is 10, so negative 10i. 4k, so your fingers point towards you, and then they curl towards the right, so that makes your thumb point up. So that's positive j, so 4 times 3 is plus 12j. And then fingers point towards you, positive k, curl down. That makes your thumb point to the right, so that's positive 16j. That's the torque. Now we can combine I terms. We get negative 10 and positive 16, so that's plus 6i. The j terms, negative 15 plus 12, that's negative 3 total, negative 3j. And then the k's, we get negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6k. And then the unit for that is a Newton meter. And that's how you do right hand rule. Woo! Again, I'm not going to do parts B through D because it's basically the same thing over and over again. Alright? Let me know if you have any questions on this one.